Guys, welcome back to another video. The topic that I'll be talking about is marrying early, marrying late, having kids early, having kids late. First of all, we need to know this: we don't have the ultimate say in one, when you marry, two, when you have kids. Now, for some people, you think you do have the say. You say, okay, if I get married early, I can choose whoever I want to marry and get married early. To an extent, yes, but not totally. Because guess what? You might want to marry early. You might make plans to marry early, but it doesn't happen that way. You might get married early and want to have kids early, and it doesn't turn out that way. So that's what I said. For some people, it works out 100%. Oh, I want to get married early. I want to have my kids early. I want to be at a certain age when all my kids are born. And it happens. Great. But there's also this category where, oh, I want to marry early and have kids early, and it doesn't happen. Generally, society says when you marry, maybe you're 19, 20, early 20s, that's you marrying early. But once you've reached like 30, above 30, 40, that's you marrying late. Now, this is the category that I'm talking about when I say marry late, okay? Now, sometimes this is a personal decision, right? It's not every time that situation happens. There are people who want to marry later in life. I know someone who said her mom got married at 23 and she thought she was going to get married at 23. But when she got to 23, she realized that there's no way in heaven or hell that I'm going to be raising another child at this stage. I want to do more. I want to travel the world. I want to be stable. I want to have some money before I can start a family, right? So she eventually got married in her 30s. Now, what I'm saying is that some people decide that this is what I want to do, and some people decide that, oh, I want to marry early, but it doesn't happen. So whatever your case is, and you fall into the, oh, you got married after 30, this is group 2, right? Now I want to use two fruits to compare this so that it drives home my points. These are two fruits that we love in Nigeria. So if you're Nigerian, you know the fruit called mango, and you know the fruit called pawpaw. These two, pawpaw, some people call it papaya, okay, but these two fruits are very popular in Nigeria: mango and pawpaw. Now, if for some reason you say, oh, I love mango, I want to get vitamin C into my system, and mango is a rich source of vitamin C, I'm going to eat mango. That your mango is very yummy, you go ahead and you eat mango, that's fine. But just because you're having mango does not mean that the person who is having pawpaw is not getting vitamin C as well. These are two fruits that give you vitamin C, but in different forms. And if you compare it, actually, mango is sweeter than pawpaw. So mango has more sugar. Yeah, it has more calories. So just because you feel like mango is yummy, mango has vitamin C, mango has all this great nutrition and all these great benefits, mango is the only way, you are wrong. Because somebody else is enjoying their pawpaw, getting less calories, getting the same vitamin C, and getting the same nutrition into their body, just because preferences are different. So if you choose mango, someone else can choose pawpaw, and that's okay. That's the same thing with this topic that I'm discussing. If you choose to do this early, that's fine, that's great. If you choose to do this later in life, that's fine, that's great. I do need to mention though that yes, statistically, so data shows that the older you get, the more risky it becomes to have kids. Yes. So if you're choosing group 2, or if you fall into group 2, I'm going to tell you this straight. Yeah. One, data shows that the older you get, the more increased your risks are. But there are also some benefits to having to wait later. All I'm saying is there's no one size fits all. Whatever your decision is, right? First, if you're the one making it, make it for yourself. I know that for a lot of us, society drives this particular decision in our lives, especially the people who were marrying earlier, right? So you get to a certain age and people are like, where's our husband? Show us your husband. Your friends are getting married. You're wondering, am I going to be the last to marry? There's a movie like that. Am I going to be the last to marry? And then you just jump into that, right? And then for the other part, people are also giving you pressure. But whatever it is, make sure you have the information that you have. There are benefits to both of them. There are pros and cons to both of them. So if you marry early, let me tell you, people don't talk about the disadvantages of marrying early, but here are some of it. I'll talk about the disadvantages and the advantages. If you're marrying early, yes, you have your children young. but you might not even be mentally ready. Some people grow early, and that's fine. There are exceptions to what I'm saying, but you might not be financially ready. You might not be mentally ready to have kids. You might not even know about yourself, not to talk of raising people. Some people wing it and become successful at it, and that's fine. But you need to know that there are also disadvantages to this group. Now, if you're in the group two of marrying later in life, there are advantages and there are disadvantages. As long as you make like balanced decisions, you're good to go. So if you're waiting later, your what's it called, your biological clock for the women, your biological clock is ticking. Your death clock is ticking. Yes, we're all moving closer to our grave. So the moment you decide to delay something, just know that whatever it is how do I put it, whatever thing you're putting out means that you will have that closer to your death time, if that makes any sense. But if you want to do this because you don't think you're financially ready, that's good. You want to do this because you don't think you're psychologically ready. You need to be ready before you start having kids and family. Like I said, for a lot of us, there's some things that we didn't even consider, or a lot of people don't consider before they decide to do this, right? But which should be considered. Are you financially ready? Are you mentally ready? Are you psychologically ready? These are the things that should be actually considered. Now, whatever it is that I'm rambling about is you make informed decisions. Whatever it is you're choosing, make sure that you've weighed it and decided for yourself that this is the way to go. Okay, don't let people force you into doing this, don't let people force you into doing that. And then if you've decided to wait later to have your kids, please know that there are some things that you should be intentional about. You should be intentional about your health. What is it that you're doing about your health to stay active? Because whether you like it or not, the older you get, the less the energy you have. Someone who is 21 and has a kid has the energy to chase that child around. But if you have your kid later in life, you might not be as energetic. So if you're having your child later in life, you should consider this and keep yourself active. And then you ask me, why do I need to keep myself active? Do I need to chase, not just chasing the child around, mentally active, physically active, just be active because these children can take a lot from you. Okay, so you want to be ready. Now you have to take deliberate effort to do this. If you don't have stability in your life, and that is something that you wanted to before you have kids, make conscious efforts to get this right, because there's no point in waiting to have your children later in life because you want to be stable, and then getting to later in life and you're still not stable because you relaxed, right? So take conscious efforts, intentional efforts to get to the place that you want to get to before you have them. Lastly, before I go, I need to make this statement, because some people feel like, oh, they have the right to judge people who choose to wait. I saw in a comment section one time where someone was, I mean, this was maybe like 2 years ago, where a lady in the UK who is, I think, 55 thereabout, and she said she had been trying for decades to have a child. They finally got a child at 55, and she was getting hate comments of how wicked she is choosing to have children that late in life, because she'll be dead before these children grow even to university. You have no right to make this kind of comments. You don't even know that you, who had your child at 18, will live to see your child turn 18. You don't have that you don't have that guarantee. You don't have that power. So you don't go around telling people that, oh, because you had your child earlier, oh, that means I'm going to attend my child's graduation, and you're not, because you're going to be so age and you're going to be gone. Why do people even come up with this kind of nonsense, hateful comments to people they know nothing about, right? So you just face your front and do you. Leave somebody else and their situation, whether it's them that chose it or life chose it for them. Just focus on what it is that you came here to do. Deliver value to the people around you, and that's it, right? Don't go around hating on people. So again, this video is just, know that people prefer different things. Know that people choose different things for themselves, and there's no one size fits all for that thing which even you think you're sure about. No, 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 no. Everybody shouldn't do the same thing the same way. This life is about variety. We cannot all be uniform. We cannot all do things the same. Okay, we just need to do things in a way to accommodate others, and everybody do you. Thank you guys for sticking with me in this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, bye guys.